That should be one of our...
Welcome to the John Sandwich Show!
Can't believe...
It's not like Bane anymore when I'm going to be talking.
Swear to God, it felt like I was drinking this beer for 2 hours. Paul Lind.
That was like a bass drop.
Paul Lind.
Yeah.
Paul. Should we let everyone else in on the conversation? If it's too loud, they just turn it down, right?
Perfect sandwich. I don't give a shit if it's loud.
Welcome to the John Sandwich Show. I am John. To the right in front of me is another John, and we got the meat of the sandwich, which is Eric. How is everyone doing today?
Hey. I am doing great.
Great.
Yes.
I noticed you have a pretty awesome shirt on right now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I actually had this made by my cousin, John Barrios, an avid listener.
What does it say?
Say, somebody want to read that?
I got tattooed by Nico. Last name? Hurtado. And all I got was this lousy tattoo. And it's an upside down E.
So let's
show an upside down E.
Show us that lousy tattoo.
Oh,
Eric.
yeah, it's right here. So,
it's right on your wrist. It's actually on you.
Here it is right here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you actually got that tattoo.
Nico Hurtado.
He's your cousin?
No, he's not. So my story is that I was talking with my some friends from California. We have like a whole Instagram chat. You know, it's like a bunch of us in like a chat room. My cousin John Barrios always gives me shit about this tattoo and stuff, just like about it's Green Bay Packers, but it's supposed to be like an E.
Does that look like a G to you, sir?
It's supposed to be a backwards E.
It almost kind of looks like the Seattle Supersonics logo.
Yes,
you know what that's called?
What's that
It's called a schwa.
So it's supposed to be a schwa, right?
Upside down E.
Yes, I went and I got it done. The guy that we just went to like a bumfuck tattoo place in Victorville, California. I got it done for $60, but the guy that did it is now a world famous tattoo artist.
No shit.
Yeah, he does like a tattoo to the stars. Like he's been on TV, like that LA thing. He's world famous now. Could never get into this guy nowadays, right? He does he's a famous like portrait tattoo artist, and he has amazing art.
Wow.
Oh.
And I got tattooed by him, and this is what I got done. Story of my life. Right?
That is a great story.
So I made a joke. I was like, "Oh my God, I need to get like a shirt." Or I was making a joke on the chat. I need to get like a shirt or something that says like, "I got tattooed by Nico, and all I got is this lousy T-shirt." Bah, ha, 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 ha. A couple days ago in the mail, I get this shirt in the mail that my cousin made for me. So.
That is awesome. Amazing. Yeah. That is an amazing T-shirt. And an amazing story too.
Yeah, and he recreated the tattoo just fine.
Yeah,
dude, that's awesome.
Which ended up kind of being like almost like a prediction of Eros and where that was going to. So.
Yeah. Down the drain. What?
Yeah, down the drain, buddy.
At least we got some good friendships out of it. Yes. Whatever.
Anyway, that's my story. I'm hoping that he sees this and he's like, "Oh man,
you know what that's like?
Let me tattoo you again."
That's like the tattoo version of, you know, on like websites you can see like old or like young people's art before they like get super good.
Right?
Oh yeah.
You can post that on Reddit and be like, "Nico, this is like
I'm like a walking
this is like your 18-year-old
Yes.
Look how far you've become.
So that's like another thing, right? I got this done when I was like 18, so that's 98. How long ago was that?
21 years ago.
Yeah, 21 years ago. So he's gotten better since then. So.
You're like the human version of like his amateur scrapbook.
Yes, exactly. 18 years ago, long time.
It's a good story though, man.
Yeah, right.
It was a good story. That shirt too, man.
You should tweet it to him.
Yeah, you Google it.
Say like,
he's been like on LA Ink and shit. Like he's fucking famous.
Like, hey, do me up again.
Yeah, I'm like, hey man.
I helped you out.
I probably could
way back in '98.
Get in front of him if I wanted to, but hopefully, hey, social media, hit it up. Let's see if I can get tattooed live on the podcast.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
That would.
Do you take tattoos really well, or will you be like the whole time?
I'll probably be like a little bit.
Or are you just gonna be like those guys on TV that just have a straight face and they're getting like a gigantic back piece?
I don't have a high pain tolerance. When I got this one, dude, it seriously felt like somebody was dragging like a lit cigarette against my fucking skin. Like, well, but I don't know if the guy was like, because like on some of the spots
a tattoo
here,
gun is much better.
You can tell like a couple spots on here you went like too deep and stuff. Like there's a little more scarring in other parts than others. I mean, it came out fine.
So I would like to say that every single time that we come on this podcast, we're drinking different beer, but it seems more and more as we go on, we are usually drinking the same beer. I usually like to announce what we're drinking, but usually it's always the same thing. We were drinking Mac and Jacks again.
Mackie Jackie.
When I go out, like to bars and stuff like that, that's about what I get. I'll do Manny's every now and again too.
It's just a good beer.
Yeah.
It's not too light. It's delicious. It's not a bitter, shitty IPA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just good.
A little bit sweet.
It
Yeah,
looks
so
like
yeah.
it tastes how it looks. It's
Yeah.
golden. It's fizzy. It
Caramel.
looks refreshing. Yeah.
I will say this too. It's kind of weird. It's a lot of craft beers I'll walk away from. Like I've had like a full meal or so. I'll feel like bloated and just like, not feeling good. Mac and Jacks doesn't really do that to me.
It's the first Mac and Jacks I've had in a little bit. I've been gone.
It's qual.
We already talked about that though. Yeah, Mac
So
and Jacks is
qual.
just
That's our new
just great
shirt going to be, by the way. It's going to be so qual.
qual.
all right. You'll be able to order that in about
John
3
Sandwich
episodes.
Show. It's so qual.
So qual.
Qual sand
Yeah.
instead of quality sandwich. It's a qual sand.
That's right.
So, when you go into an establishment, and let's just say, I mean, speaking since we're talking about sandwiches, and they say world's greatest hot sandwiches, what do you expect?
I expect okay at
Yeah.
the very least.
I don't ever expect the best.
Especially if it's in a big city, like in a urban area. I feel
Because-
like your rent's gonna be high. You got to be making good sandwiches to be buying that, or to be spending that kind of money.
Plus, you can't swing a cat around here without hitting somebody that claims they have the best of something. World's
Yeah.
best coffee. World's best.
Best
sandwich.
cannoli.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Every time I hear this is the best cannoli place. Shut up.
Yeah, so
So we'll say I love cannolis. If you have if you have a good cannoli, I'm there, dude.
I went to the sandwich shop recently, and literally their billboard, like bigger than their name, it says "World's Best Hot Sandwich." It's like
That's a claim.
that
that
is
is a
very,
claim. That's
like
a
it doesn't
bold
even have
claim.
their name of like the restaurant. It just says "World's Best Hot
That's
Sandwich."
all you need to know.
Went in there, got a hot sandwiches,
Yeah.
See, the problem they should have
was
said
good.
like
I will say
pretty
it was
good
good.
sandwich.
I will say it was good. World's best. I don't think
Yeah,
so.
they set your expectations too
Yeah.
high. They should have said pretty good sandwich sold here.
Yeah.
And you would have gone in and you would have been like, I'm pleasantly surprised.
We had
Or
But now you're just like, you're a fucking liar.
I bet you'll like this sandwich.
yeah.
Yeah. I bet you. You will like the sandwich.
I've been to the office all week and they've had lunch and dinner catered. Pretty much all lunch was sandwiches. I forget what the other places were. I know Jimmy John's was there. We had Potbelly one day. I think out of all the sandwiches we had, probably Potbelly was my favorite throughout the week. Not bad. They didn't have a bad sandwich.
So are you guys on the? Are you? Do you prefer like the cold or hot sandwiches?
Hot sandwich.
I'm a
sandwich.
hot sandwich person.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll fucking eat a cold sandwich fucking any time of any day.
Yeah.
Just if I had the preference, I'd probably pick a hot sandwich.
So what is your favorite sandwich?
Ooh, that's tough. That's
I
like
would say
favorite
cheeseburgers
movie.
cheeseburgers are not a sandwich.
No.
They're a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Hot dogs are not a sandwich, even though they are in between two pieces of bread. What is your favorite sandwich?
I would have to either go with a nice lean panini or
So what is on that lean panini?
just like I guess it would be akin to like a cold cut combo you get at Subway. Just a lot of cold meats, maybe
Yeah.
some salami.
But I thought you said you like
you know,
hot
turkey.
sandwiches.
Oh yeah, no, but I'm just saying. My probably ultimate would be a Philly fucking cheesesteak. Would have to be mine.
Girl.
If that's on the menu anywhere I go, I will get that.
Yeah, Philly cheesesteaks are amazing. John,
I don't know what my favorite hot sandwich is, but I always get that grilled pastrami Reuben at
Ooh, yeah,
Jersey Mike's. That shit's
that
good.
is a good one.
Anything with meat. I just love meat.
Yeah,
Meats.
At Firehouse, I always get that
Firehouse is good too.
that steak and cheese. I forgot what else it is. It has barbecue, steak, cheese, and all sorts of stuff.
Just as long as it has
It's fucking good.
a lot of healthy serving of mayonnaise, I'm in it.
oh yeah.
Ooh.
It's all about that mayonnaise, man. I'm all about the melt. I love a good
melts.
crab melt.
Cheesy.
Have you had a really good crab melt?
I haven't had a crab melt at all. I don't think.
Oh, dude, it's amazing.
I've had a tuna melt. I've had a meat melt. I never had a crab melt.
Yeah, crab
Same.
melts are amazing with like the tomato and everything grilled inside there. I also, for like cold sandwich, I am definitely like a club type with the 3 layers of bread, and you got your bacon, your turkey, your lettuce, your tomato, your your middle bread and then like your other fixings and stuff. I'm definitely a club type.
Yeah. When I'm home with the kids and stuff like that, that's probably my like go-to. Like all the kids want me to make them a melt. Like fucking, it's just better, dude.
It is. Well, you put that stuff underneath the broiler. It's super easy to make. You know, you put your oils, your parsley, your vinegars, and you just put that underneath the broiler and let it melt, man.
Stop it! I haven't had any food today.
Oh, you haven't?
Knock it off! I haven't eaten yet.
Oh, damn!
You're just drinking beers.
Damn, son. So your dinner's gonna be amazing tonight.
Hell yeah! I slept all day yesterday. I've been working all week. Late hours too. I think I got home yesterday. I got home from work. I started at 10 and then I got a 10 on Thursday and then I got home from work Friday at 7 in the morning.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's some realness.
That's nuts.
I pretty much slept all day. I woke up, ate something, and then I went back to work for a little bit. And then fucking knocked that shit off and enjoyed the rest of my day. I slept again. I had no problem getting to sleep. Woke up today exhausted still. Came here.
Yep.
Haven't eaten anything. And I can't wait for dinner.
Perfect.
So what are you having for dinner?
I don't know yet. I was going to barbecue. I'm hoping it doesn't rain. Like, it's not looking too good.
Dude, you can barbecue in the rain just fine,
That's true.
man.
I did it before.
As long as it's not
I'll
like
do it
torrential.
Dude, you could downpour rain that shit. And it's
Really?
Awesome. Yeah, dude.
Never
As
tried.
long-
I
as
always
long as
figured
you're-
it just
Yeah,
fizzle out.
No, well, you have the cover on.
Oh, okay.
So I'm hoping I can still do that. Maybe I'll do some sandwiches tonight. I was thinking about getting like some kind of just like lean steak or something to do something like that.
Dude,
Like
you know what
maybe I
you
could
should do,
some
man?
strips and do some sandwiches.
Yeah, dude, you could and then grill the sandwiches on top of your grill and stuff.
Shit, yeah, dude.
That's better than a panini press in my
I've grilled paninis.
experience.
I've grilled paninis before. They come out great.
Why would
Yeah.
you not?
Yeah.
You know?
You should get one of those weighted metal things. And
Mm-hmm.
I think those are for meat. I don't know.
Dude, they are for whatever you want.
Whatever you
Yeah.
need. I think I'll get one of those. I was at I don't want to sound too privileged, but I was at Williams Sonoma. And I saw one of those for $60. I thought, that's a great deal. That's a wonderful deal.
I was at Williams Sonoma tying my diamond shoes and
I picked myself up a gold-plated ice cream scoop, and then I went over there and I saw a meat packer.
I topped it off with some endangered turtle eggs and it was delicious.
Yeah, what was good? My shoes shined. You should have seen.
Got a platinum garlic press. It's very nice. Very expensive.
And then I looked at the shoe shine boy and I said, "Do you feel in charge?"
He did not.
He did not feel in charge.
He's never felt in charge,
no.
probably.
That's why he has an opiate problem. He's never felt in charge in his life.
Speaking of in charge.
Speaking of
in charge,
opium.
I guess, you know. Jeez.
I don't know. I'm just bantering.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Speaking of a charge, so we all know the Joker movie's coming out soon.
Yes.
Like less than a month, right?
Yes.
It had
Sold.
an 8-minute standing ovation.
Yeah, did. Very, it seems like it's being very well received. Are you guys excited about it? You want to see it? What do you think?
Yeah, of course I want to see it. It looks good. It looks cerebral.
Yes, it does. It looks really good.
In your head.
I just feel like, I don't know. Like, I'm really excited for it. Looks great. Looks like a fucking whole cinematography, everything. The movie just looks good.
Yeah.
I think my issue is that I'm not really that big of a Joaquin Phoenix fan. Like, I understand that people like him a lot. I just never felt like he's like, I don't know, it felt he's like he's being placed up as like the actor of our generation. I don't really feel that way. And also, I don't really like Todd Phillips that much either. I don't feel like he's done much to.
Who?
He's the director of.
Oh, Todd Phillips?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't feel.
I guess that's nice.
I don't know. He just kind of seems like a little douchey to me. I don't know, but we'll see where it
Yeah.
goes.
I hate to say
I
this.
think I'm gonna walk out of it and I'm gonna be like, yeah, that was pretty good.
I hate to say this because I'm gonna segue into a different conversation right after this, but I think I'm gonna watch this one at home.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay. You're not that in big of a hurry to see it.
No.
Or more, do you just want to give it the attention of being at home in your own home theater? John Madden
Yeah.
has by a beautiful.
Yes.
He has a beautiful home theater. It's
It
no
makes
different than
sense.
probably going to the theater itself. Amazing.
Only you have a
Amazing
fridge right
Honestly,
next to
he probably has a better sound system than most of the theaters out there.
I would say it's pretty legit.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to watching John Wick 3 on my.
So I wouldn't say, why are you waiting for home? Because you're pretty much, you have a theater in your home.
I do. I have a home theater.
Yes.
It's pretty amazing. No, so I wanted to segue into that because the Joker has a lot of interesting topics right now about like mental health.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. You know, and a lot of people are saying we're glorifying mental health, right? And mental health issues and all this stuff. And I wanted to kind of segue into that because this is one of my fears is I want to talk about a little bit of irrational or rational fears right now.
Okay.
Like some of your irrational fears. And one of my irrational fears.
I have a lot of those.
And one of them is kind of going into public spaces.
Is it? Okay.
And watching movies like this.
Oh yeah, with the
I don't blame you.
Dark Knight Rises debacle.
The whole there was just a movie theater shooting like a week ago.
Was there really?
Yeah.
Yeah, in like Texas.
I just woke up. I haven't looked into the news at all, but there was one in Fremont last night, I guess, too. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know like it's bad to like bring up the Joker in this. I know it's bad to bring up the Joker in like one of our podcast subjects like this, but I kind of want to talk about irrational and rational fears. And I kind of want to bring it up to you guys without any script or without any notice, like heads up, because I wanted to be a little bit real about what, you know, like some of your irrational fears are, and like, you know, like what other people's fears and irrational fears are. I guess it could kind of go into like the random question section, but like I think this could be a really big topic that we could talk about for a while.
For sure.
You know, so like one of my like, especially now, like being in public over the last 5 years has been kind of hard for me to, I'm always looking over my shoulder.
Yeah.
Like from what's been going on daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, there's just so much crazy shit happening.
I don't know if it's even just with the news and stuff like that and with the shootings and stuff like that. I've just never felt comfortable in crowded spaces ever anyway.
Yeah.
Just like if there's too many people, I'm just like, get me out of here. It's like just the way,
oh yeah. Costco, fuck Costco. I mean, I love Costco. Please support us.
Support us, Costco.
Thank you, Costco. You just have a lot of people. A lot of people enjoy your product.
But there's a lot of irrational fears out there too. There's the fear of spiders. There's all these other fears out there. But like what?
Spiders are pretty scary.
Before we go into irrational fears, like what is like probably your most rational fear that you have?
The most rational fear I have is people walking into my house. That's why I don't care. Vanessa's dad was getting annoyed because there'd be like me, Brian, Vanessa's dad all in the house, and I'm like locking the door because I don't know who's gonna walk in there and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it can. I just saw a video of like two detectives that just like opened the door, said, "Oh, your door's open," and a teenager came downstairs, and they started like just putting the teenager on the ground and stuff. And it's like if you locked your door, they could never do that.
Home invasion is pretty scary. But we just had
even if it's not a police officer or anything. Like I need my doors locked.
Nextdoor app and stuff. It's like a neighbor app and stuff where like you can report things. Somebody reported like some shady individuals doing things, and then we saw the thing. This is when I wasn't even home. I was like out of the office, and Emily saw these people like on her block and stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's fucking kind of scary. Like pretty close to home. Oh my god! And I was taking Emma to work last week, so my daughter, I was taking her someplace early in the morning. I dropped her off at 6 a.m. I was coming back, and on my way back, well, when I left in the morning that early, there was like a homeless guy with a big shopping cart, and he was like going down the street. Mm-hmm. And then I go to drop her off, and then as I'm coming back, he's like close to the house, and as I'm driving by him, he gives me one of these. He's like, it was like he gave me like a little how do you do, but like in a really creepy way where I'm like driving past
like
him.
It could have been Joaquin Phoenix doing the Joker,
and it's like early in the morning.
Kill your family.
It scared the shit out of me, dude. So yeah, I'm very scared of like home invasion-y type things. I don't know if you classify that as a rational or
that is rational.
No, it's very rational, man.
Yeah. That is something that could happen.
I mean, like the definition of like rational versus irrational, in my opinion, is irrational fear is like the fear of bugs.
Yeah.
You know, irrational
like you don't
fear,
like ladybugs on you or something. It's like
I was talking to my
it's
kid
not gonna
the other
kill
day.
you just don't like it.
Obviously, kids have like a lot of irrational fears, right? So like I'm talking to the kids and stuff, and like they're, you know, like sometimes they get scared and
Afraid of the dark.
Yeah, they'll come knock on the door and stuff and be like, I'm afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of somebody like coming in the house. And I'm like, when does that ever happen? That doesn't just happen. Obviously,
That was my dad's excuse to get me to like go to bed. He's
obviously
like,
it does happen
"Son,
sometimes.
I am 40 years old. I've never experienced this.
Exactly.
Calm down. I've never seen a ghost in my life. Shut up.
I got kind of real with him the other night because like they're talking about like ghosts and stuff, and like that It movie's out, so you see like a lot of
and you
ads
to
for
be
the
like
clown and stuff. Yeah, so like kids are like scared and stuff like that. And
What'd you tell them?
they told me honestly and stuff, and like, Dad, like freaking like you'll walk around the house and stuff in the dark. Like, how do you do that? Like aren't you scared of anything? And I'm like, I got real with it. I'm like, yes, young one, I am scared of things, but like I'm scared of like real things, like the unknown and like making
rabies.
Sure, making sure we can like pay for things around here and live, and like obviously like I still
sure
have
you
like
brush your teeth so I don't have to pay $1,000 to fix your goddamn tooth.
it's like financial stuff and like
these are real fears.
Ghosts from my past coming back to haunt me and stuff like that. And I'm just like telling them, and I'm like,
those are like daddy fears.
Yes. And I'm like, I'll be honest with you, like monsters do exist, and it's just like, I'm getting real.
And they all work for the IRS.
There are evil people out there that want to do you harm. Like that's the real thing to worry about. And I'm like, you guys feel better now? And they're looking back at me.
I mean, isn't it interesting though? Like
it's like it gets worse.
How your perception.
You have no idea what fear is.
Like how your perception of fear changes as you grow old.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at this and it's like loud, like 0 to 2, loud noises, strangers, separation from parents, large objects.
Right.
Those are very instinctual.
I'm telling
survival
the kids,
abilities.
I'm telling the kids like this, like, yes, you can worry about ghosts, but like one day you can just be walking around and an aneurysm bursts in your head. That's the real scary thing.
Or like, did you know a bat can like literally scrape your knee and give you rabies?
Yeah.
And then by the time you feel any rabies symptoms, you already have 100% chance of dying.
There are diseases around there where you can diarrhea out your eyes. That's the real scary thing.
Dude, you know what's scarier than the rabies and bat thing is you could be removing thorn bushes from your backyard and get fucking tetanus.
Jesus Christ.
Tetanus from a fucking thorn bush, my man. Fuck that shit. That is a fear I have.
Dude, on Ask Reddit, there was this Ask Reddit thing of like, what's your biggest fear? And the top one was rabies. And this I didn't know. Once you exhibit symptoms of rabies, you have literally a 0% chance of surviving.
Really?
Yeah. If you get bit, you go to the doctor, you take the dead animal or whatever you touched, and they test it, they say it's rabies, they give you a shot, you're fine. You're rid of rabies. But the second you start feeling the symptoms, the rabies has already engulfed your body, and you will not survive. There's literally 0 people who have ever survived rabies that exhibited symptoms.
Wow.
And I was like, holy shit. No wonder everyone's always like, don't you ever touch that animal.
Right?
Yeah.
You will die.
I felt really close to the internet community the other day. I do this site called Imager, and it's just like just a bunch of people post like GIFs and pics and stuff. Yeah, I think you've been on it before.
That's meant for Reddit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think
that's
everything
like the
comes
photo
from
sharing
for
Reddit. Yeah.
There was a video somebody posted, or like a GIF somebody posted of these guys doing parkour on this old ship, and it's like this. They're like running around stuff, doing all this parkour stuff, and they're jumping around, and they're like on this old abandoned ship, and it's like all rusted. And the only thing I can think about when watching this video is fucking tetanus.
Yeah.
And like I'm scrolling,
That's a rational fear.
I'm scrolling down on the comments, and that's what all the posts consider. Like, so
You're
this
gonna
is
get
what
a
I thought about.
scrape.
And then I didn't feel so alone. I'm like, yes, a lot of people think like this.
Right.
Like I
Dude,
Another rational fear is gravity.
that has happened to me, man. So I was helping my uncle tear down his Halloween house because usually every year he has this like huge Halloween house, right? Anyway, I was helping him tear it down, and I stepped on a nail.
Classic move.
It's a classic move. It wasn't a rusty nail.
Home Alone style.
But anyway,
I've done it.
stepped on a nail, And for a week afterwards, I thought I was going to get tetanus, and I was fucking freaking out, and I was freaking myself out so bad. I guess you guys could call me a hypochondriac, whatever. I was freaking myself out so bad that I was starting to get like tight in the jaws, like fucking tight.
Oh,
like,
you were getting like
I was getting the symptoms I was reading on the internet to the point where I had to go to the doctor and get a tetanus shot. And the doctor was like, if you have tetanus, this shot's not going to help. It's like, give me the fucking shot.
I just need peace of mind.
Peace of mind that you right now are giving me a shot because you don't think I have tetanus. So if you don't think I have tetanus and you give me this tetanus shot, I'm fine.
Yeah, how often you're getting sued for malpractice.
How often do you have to get tetanus shots? I haven't
like every
like 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck,
you're probably overdue.
I stepped on
Fuck, now I'm starting to have a heart attack.
I stepped on a wire.
I'm going back. I swear to God, I was mowing my lawn the other day, and it was a couple weeks ago, and we have like a little metal box that hangs off of the fireplace. Or yeah, like the outside of the fireplace, and I'm like going by, and I scrape my arm, and I'm like, I'm dead. That's it. Like fucking, I scrape my arm on this metal box. I'm dead.
If you ever feel bad about like, oh, this decade sucks, just imagine your ancestors in like 1890. They get a splinter, and they're like, well, it was nice knowing you, Dad.
It was a good run.
It was a good run, my wife. Sorry about our 3 kids. I'm gonna leave you all because I got a goddamn splinter. Or I went on a boat and tried to drink seawater.
Where are you going with that beer, Eric?
I'm gonna pee real quick.
He's gonna pee in the cup, I think.
Why did you bring the beer glass with you? You're gonna refill it, and we have a full growler. Okay, what is Eric doing with that cup? He brought the cup to the bathroom because he was gonna refill it.
He wanted to rinse it out.
We have a full growler right here.
I think he's just used to that.
He must be.
I stepped on a wire at my uncle's house. It was like a fence because he's a professional fence builder.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Metal fences.
So where does your uncle live?
He does a lot of welding. Deming, New Mexico.
Oh, so there's a lot of work for fencers.
Yeah,
like
there's a lot of work out there.
Yeah.
I'd recommend it. He does really well.
Yeah.
But I stepped on one. I will say I did it kind of intentionally because I saw it as like a very thin wire, and I've touched them before, and they bend and stuff. So I saw one sticking up, and I was like, I'll just step on it because I was like 9 years old and a dumbass. But just my force of the foot went straight through my shoe and into my foot.
Yeah.
And I went to the doctor, and he was like, oh, you got your tetanus 3 years ago. You're fine. You don't need a new tetanus. And my parents were like, are you sure? You can maybe add a tetanus shot in there. Yeah. And he's like, no, you got it 3 years ago. You're fine. Yeah. I'm like, well, maybe just throw a little bit in there.
Speaking a little bit of hypochondria, like so.
That's why I got this, because I'm a hypochondriac.
Yeah, he didn't want to use the community growler.
Some of these establishments I go to, they say if you were born between 1957 and 1987, it's recommended to get your measles shot again.
Did you know that? Yeah. And that
did you
goes
guys
the
get
same
yours?
with like hepatitis, right?
I don't know if I have or not.
Hepatitis A.
I probably should, because those damn anti-vaxxers are fucking shit up for everybody.
I forget what the last ones I got.
You don't want the measles, my friend.
I get needles a lot because fucking I got the whole. I pretty much go to the doctors every 3 months to get checked up on because of my high blood pressure and stuff. So.
Do you have like thyroid problems or no?
Yeah, thyroid problems still too. So what happened was that I had an overactive thyroid when I was all skinny.
Yeah.
And then I went to get the radiation done, and it killed my thyroid. So now it doesn't work right. Now, like, I'm the opposite, where I'm like fighting to keep weight off now. Sucks. Dumb.
I'm waiting for that day.
Oh, so when you were super skinny, you got a thyroid problem.
Yeah,
that was
like
making you skinny?
Yeah, I had a hyperactive thyroid. So where like I could just eat whatever I wanted and just didn't.
So why was that bad?
Huh? Oh, they felt like like I told them too. I'm like, my dad he doesn't have a thyroid problem, but he has high blood pressure. I think I just have high blood pressure. And they're like, no, like you have a thyroid issue. So when we correct that, it's going to fix your blood pressure.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, but like it's going to level you out. Like in only certain cases and stuff will it not work, and then you'll get like an underactive thyroid.
Yeah.
I'm the certain case where that's what
I got.
Really? Yeah.
So now it's just not working at all.
Yeah. So now I have to take pills in order to make it work. So I exercise and I take pills.
So do you feel like the pills are working at all, or?
It took like a while to like. I'm at a place right now where I can tell when they're not working because like it fucking really. After I got the shit done, it really like it took all my energy out. Like I couldn't do it. I was like exhausted all the time. It would like hurt to lift my arms and shit like that. So now that I have the pills, it's like better now. So
do you feel like you're keeping the weight off, or like at least maintaining your weight?
I guess I'm maintaining, but I'm still overweight, so I still need to lose. So I gained so much fucking weight since I started this whole thing.
So like, what do they recommend? Like, can't they just make your thyroid a little overactive for a little bit and just like?
Well, like right now we're trying. It's pretty much that's why I go
bring it back to normal.
That's why I go every 3 months because we're trying to find a happy medium for what to get my levels at. So I have to keep going back, and then I have to go get like a bunch of blood tests done, and then they alter my shit. And that's been going on for like the better part of a year now. So hopefully we figure it out on where I need to be.
I mean, you look good right now, man.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. I'm just like a little overweight. I think fucking when we were hanging out and stuff like before, like band days. I mean, oh shit! After I did that thing with Mary, I was down to like 180 pounds, but now I'm like at 240. It's just like fucking insane. Ugh.
I mean, do you feel like it's hindered you at all?
Not so much. Like I still like since I got like at least the medications make me feel better. Where like I can exercise now. Like before, I couldn't even do that. I was just like so fucking just.
Exhausted all the time.
Like just tired all the fucking time.
And so like even though you were skinnier before, you feel more healthy now?
I mean, I guess I would argue that. I don't know. I don't feel like it was so bad before. I liked it better before.
Yeah.
And shit. Like I was looking at like Emily was my girlfriend was showing me pictures like because I guess before we got together she used to Facebook stalk me. Yeah. Yeah. But she was showing me like old band pictures, and I remember like fucking like after I did that thing with Mary, I was down to like 180 pounds. And it's just like I would like to be back to that again, please. I'm like 6'2", 180 pounds, looking pretty fucking good at 6'2". I'll tell you what, not so much at 240, man. I don't want a dad body. I mean, I am a dad, but I don't want to look like one.
You're a dad times 4, man.
Yeah, I don't want to look like a dad times 4. So hopefully I can get this weight off.
I'm sure you can, man. You just have to. You know, I think when the doctors are starting to mess with like parts of your.
Sure, the beer doesn't help either.
Yeah, but I don't think the beer is that much of a hindrance.
I don't think so either.
The thing is like when you're starting to change your body in a way that hasn't been changed before, because obviously this is a kind of maybe not a new situation, but new to you. Yeah. Like it's gonna take a while for your body to adapt to these new types of changes. That's
pretty much what it is. I'm like injecting hormones into my body, so it like fucking does weird shit to you.
Yeah.
I am noticing like a lot more. We're talking about this on a podcast too, just about foods that make me sluggish.
What did you drop in your beer, my friend? What is that? Is that your USB?
No, what is that?
What is that?
What is what?
What is in your beer right now?
Oh, it's the spout from the fucking from the tap.
No, just drink it up. Drink it up. Don't stick your fingers in there.
I'll get it back to you.
I was like, did you drop like a cartridge in there?
Oh man.
That's like the little magnet.
I put it in there after I get done drinking because the fruit flies will go in there and like hang out.
I'll get it back to you.
Does that seal it off, or is it just a spout?
Yeah, it seals it off. That way the fruit flies won't get into the spout.
So you turned it on with the spout on and it just went whoosh.
Just plopped in.
It just plopped right in.
I was.
That's a fair mistake.
I was talking to Odie, the dog, and I was like,
me and Odie were having this conversation,
and Odie was looking at me with his fucking eyes.
That's awesome.
I'll get it back to you and put it back in.
There in a second.
Yeah, it's meant to have beer all over it. Funny.
It's a good thing you said something before I swallowed it.
That would be our next. That would be our Eric sound.
Fuck, what am I gonna make for dinner tonight?
You can make grab some thin steaks, grill them up, and then chop them up and make like a Philly cheesesteak.
That's actually my initial idea was for thin steaks. Yes.
Those are always easy to make, in my opinion. Just a quick grill on each side, because anything steaks, I don't really have a grill. So if I have a thick steak, I ruin it.
Yeah. Because
I just have the stovetop, and that just doesn't work that well.
I actually did a lot of steaks this summer. Pretty good.
Yeah, you did a lot of steaks and a lot of oysters.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, oysters.
Did a lot of oysters. Little oysters.
I went on a clam run yesterday, so I went to... I was like...
Nice.
Yeah, Emily was like, she sent me a recipe, and I'm like, I haven't been home all week. Why don't I make dinner? Because you've been home all week with the kids, you know, taking like all this time, spending all this time with them.
Just been hanging out, working nonstop.
You have this recipe you want to make?
Now it's your time.
Let me make it. So like she let me sleep till I got home at 7, and I think I slept till 12 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Slept till about 12, and I took her to lunch. Because I'm classy like that. I went to Hollywood Tavern. I'm like, let me take you to lunch. I'll buy it. Thank you. Staying with the kids this whole time. Dropped her back off at home. And then I went to Whole Foods. That's where I got the Deftones beer. They did not have clams. I called Met Market. They did not have clams. So I had to go all the way down to Bellevue to find clams. I went to Wajimaya. They had perfect clams there. Picked up 2 pounds, came back, cooked it. I don't know, where's I going with this point?
I don't know. You were eating a bunch of clams and oysters.
Yeah.
How many did you get?
It was delicious. When I was there too, they had the clams and they had the big ones that are like 2 handfuls.
Yeah.
So those are back in season.
Real pearl grabbers.
Yeah. So I figured maybe
I don't know.
I'll pick some of those up one of these days. But yeah. I don't know. Oysters are good. I love seafood. So good.
Yeah. I wasn't a huge fan of seafood, but I had the baby clams at this real nice place in downtown Seattle. And I was impressed. That shit was fire.
Have you guys...
Baby clams.
Did you see my YouTube video?
So good.
Which one? Not my YouTube video. My Instagram video.
Which one?
I went... last Saturday, I went to Ivar's.
Yeah.
And that was the night of the big thunderstorm.
Yep.
Mm.
So they were like, they had like a big festival there. With fireworks going off against this huge thunderstorm. So
it was amazing.
Yeah, I got great footage of like fireworks and then just fucking lightning.
Do you want to see my video real quick?
Everywhere, yeah.
That night I was just sitting on my balcony, just enjoying the light rain and the heavy thunderstorm. It was so nice.
If you guys don't mind, it's fucking ridiculous, but
let's check it out. So, double rainbow!
Oh my god!
So John Mann's in the rain right now.
Yeah,
torrential rain.
He's very excited.
You're the weatherman right now?
Yep.
All right, you have to post this on our Twitter.
It's as intense visually as it is on the audio.
This is literally the best weather report I've ever seen in my life.
You're so fucking wet. So for all our viewers and people listening, is this just normal John and Mary antics, or were you drunk?
Just normal John
smoking up.
John Mann's probably pretty drunk here. He is standing in the middle of torrential downpour with lightning going on all around.
Oh, the lights are out.
It's amazing. It was crazy. It was like fucking Wrath of God type shit.
Yeah, well, it really was.
The
man.
raindrops were huge.
Yeah.
Raindrops were huge, dude. It was crazy.
It was crazy.
Well, there was like 2,100 like lightning strikes. I guess that.
Really?
Yeah.
That was nuts.
Well, what's crazy is like I came back from vacation and I came back and it was still lightning and thundering and it's like holy shit, like
You came back at the precise moment.
I came back, yeah. And it came back up, you know.
That's crazy.
It was nice. I enjoy the thunder.
That's before you went.
It's very peaceful.
Right?
Yeah.
Magic.
You're just high off that Disney magic.
Yeah.
Right before. Just so ready.
It was crazy, man. Definitely crazy. Like we usually don't like see those type of weather system come around here.
No, when people told me that it rains a lot in Seattle, I expected like El Paso rain, like desert, flash flood rain, monsoon coming in. But no, it's really just constant drizzles. God sprinkling you in the face constantly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like there's always just water in the air, not really falling, just like floating, and it just hits you in the face. Yeah. Which is much nicer.
Every now and again, you get that downpour like that, though. It'll come down.
It's nice, though. It's nice to feel that.
Yeah, I enjoy that. I love the rain. I spent too much time in the blistering heat. I enjoy the rain. I enjoy the cold.
And there's always like a smell to the rain in California, and I think that's just how dirty it is out there.
It just makes
it doesn't smell like that out here when it rains.
Dude, that's one thing. If you guys listened to our last podcast, you know that I just came back from Disneyland. The one thing I remember, like another one thing that I remember, like landing in LAX, is just how dirty it smells.
Yes.
And like you instantly, like your nose, and if you're not used to like the pollution there, your nose instantly clogs up.
I think I remarked that when we went out to California together. I think the first thing I said out of the plane was that it smells.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it smells. It was
kind of
like crotchety old man.
And I was like, does it always smell like this? Like,
it's kind of a hard adjustment.
Yeah, it is.
You know, it's like it stinks. Like I'm sorry.
No.
LAXers.
Yeah, not to talk shit to LAXers or New Yorkers with this next story, but my dad went to New York City, like Manhattan. First of all, let me preface this with he sent me pictures, a fully censored picture of protesters who were completely nude. He sent me one of the women, 100% censored. You couldn't see a boob or bush in any of the pictures. And then he's like, and the guys, and the one of the guys was full frontal on like 36 men on this protest. Jesus and he Christ. Chose to send that to me. And it hurt me. But one of the things he said was that it smells.
It does.
It smells. Not to talk shit about Manhattan. Like there's a lot of business, a lot of stuff there, a lot of cool culture. It just smells.
I think that's what I'll say about
big city smell.
Where we're from is that we have the big city here, but I think it's one of the more cleaner
the fresh air.
It's one of the more cleaner big cities. I mean, I've stepped in human shit in this city before.
Yeah.
But I still feel like it's more
not to say that it's cleanly.
Where I've come from, it's like more of the cleaner big cities.
I think the rain just washes it out more frequently. There's still the same amount of like vagrants.
Can I tell you a funny full frontal nudity story real quick?
Sure.
This is an image that I have burnt in my head.
What cock did you see?
Yes, I mean, we've all seen cocks that we shouldn't have seen, right?
Yeah, at least once.
Yes, at least once. No, but we're kind of like next to like Joshua Tree and stuff like that, and that whole area, and like the high desert area and stuff.
Yeah,
there's like a lot of hot springs. So one day we went hiking up there to a hot spring, and like first off, I don't even know why you do that, to go like on a hot day and like hike miles and miles upon miles to go
in a hot lake.
Go in a hot lake. That doesn't feel good at all. But anyway, we were like, we were hiking. This is in my younger years, and we're going up to this hot spring. And as we're walking up to it, these people are leaving, and there was like these people coming out, because like people pretty much go in there naked. So there's like a guy coming out, and he was just wearing a t-shirt, just a big long white t-shirt.
He was cosplaying as Winnie the Pooh.
Yes, pretty much. Yes, that's all he was wearing.
Just the shirt.
You didn't see the penis at all.
His belly was over it.
No, what you saw was just dangling hot balls. Like they were like ding dong in his testicles. That's
you just
all
see
you
like
saw.
this helmet.
Yeah, and that's like burnt. Like when I close my eyes at night, I see that still to this day. It's
why would you do that? Just go full nude at that point, man.
Yeah.
Like
you look like.
I think the most unattractive thing in this whole world.
You look like you're doing the walk of shame.
Is a man just wearing a t-shirt, nothing else. I think.
Yeah, that's pretty horrific.
Horrific.
All you can see is their hairy ass legs, hanging brain.
A man should not Winnie the Pooh it, and there's no circumstance where that is acceptable.
Classic. At every gym I've went to, it's always the older guys who are just fully nude. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen anyone under 40 be nude. Maybe anyone under 50 be nude.
Do you guys kind of like ever hope for and like are anticipating that day where you could just go places fully nude and be okay with it? And it's like,
where
no
I don't
shame.
Give a shit. Yeah.
I'm old enough. Just fucking, I don't give a fuck.
I don't know. Like, I went to Europe and they have a lot of like nude beaches, and thinking I'd be like, well, if everyone else is nude, I guess I wouldn't be embarrassed.
Yeah, arguably, if other people are nude, I could do it.
Yeah.
If I'm not the only one.
But if it's the gym where it's like, oh, you can be nude.
Yeah.
But it's like, get dressed.
Yeah.
Then I'm not gonna go out and be like,
so why is there such an embarrassment of being naked?
I don't know.
It just seems unnecessary at the gym. Like, yeah, sometimes you need to take a shower because you're going to like work or something, but it's like,
I mean, but back in like the
you don't need
80s,
to hang out just
80s,
like
90s,
having
70s,
a conversation
like after
naked.
gym class in high school, you get naked and take a shower. You know,
I remember that. That's probably I mean, I did football. I remember
maybe because they don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
People are so embarrassed about it.
Yeah, in my school,
anymore?
in middle school, no one was naked. No one took a shower. Everyone, like, at most, got to their boxer shorts, threw on their uniform pants, threw on their shirt. Showers were prohibited. There were showers in there, but it was clear that those aren't used anymore. They're off.
Some people are just more apt to than others. Like, I
think parents.
I was
I think I was like kind of like one of the last generations to allow like showers
just straight
in schools.
up changing. Yeah,
I guess I was too. I remember doing football, but like I was totally different too. Like I did shower I've showered with naked men before. I mean, come on now.
Yeah. Who hasn't?
And then, but what I did was like I showered and then I grabbed my towel and I put it around my waist. And I went to go get dressed.
And then the quarterback whipped you and went like, hey, Renteria.
But there are people there. Like fucking, there was like a guy, like one of my friends too. Like I went, took my shower, got off, dried off, put my towel on, went to go sit down to get my shit together. And this dude was just like talking to me completely naked. I'm sitting on the bench.
It's a power move.
He's standing up, by the way. So his penis,
is like right at eye level.
Yes. And he's just sitting there talking to me like nothing, completely naked. And I'm just trying to get my fucking shoes on, man, and get the fuck out of there.
Can you get your dick out of my face, man?
Some people are more into that than others, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, some houses, I've been to friends' houses where their siblings like run around stark ass naked, and they're like, "Yeah, that's my brother."
I mean, I already know your stance. I've seen John May naked more times than anything.
My house was very conservative. You don't walk around naked.
I mean,
unless it's an emergency.
Yeah, seen me naked.
Were you drunk though?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was here, I think we jumped naked on the trampoline.
I mean, there's.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There's also a point where you would just like felt.
That neighbor right there has moved like 6 times.
Yeah. We both like just completely fucking comfortable in our manhood, jumping naked on a trampoline.
That doesn't hurt. It's not like women's boobs that are in a sports bra. It's just like there's too much moving.
It's not the most comfortable thing in the world. I don't know.
I feel like there'd be too much moving around, you know? It hurt.
I mean, yes. I mean,
I'll go put your spigot back
it's
in.
It's natural.
It is natural.
It is natural.
I'll rinse it off.
Actually, how about I get that and I'll get us another growler? Are you guys gonna be drinking anymore?
Don't break it anymore, Eric.
Sorry.
I'll get us another growler.
I'm just glad I didn't break something that wasn't supposed to be broken. There you go.
You're gonna smell like alcohol. But yeah, being naked isn't a problem to me. It's not bad. I just don't want to see it because it's different from mine, especially when they're much older than me, and it's kind of scary. I don't want to see my future very bad.
Exactly.
Especially in the scrotal area.
I don't
Like a lot of things can change very drastically, and it's kind of frightening.
I don't understand the male body, I guess, and how it could be perceived as attractive, really.
It's hard to send an attractive dick pic.
Yes.
That's just like the proof of the matter,
yes,
you know?
For sure.
You can send a sexy naked pic of like boobs or something.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's like,
but like a dick pic.
I don't know.
It's just, it always seems so like, dick pic.
That's a dick pic, all right.
It's hilarious. Or it's too much. I don't know. There's no... John, man, what's a good way of taking a dick pic? Like, is there an attractive dick pic that a woman or man would go like, that's classy, that's sexy, that's not like...
Honestly,
you don't look like a 14-year-old going, to my dick.
Oh, you go ahead.
So I don't think it's about the dick pic. I think it's just about the pic.
Okay.
Like, how can you...
Do you think it's like angles, maybe?
No. It's about how do you take a picture of your body naturally with the dick and everything that makes it look good. You don't have to take a straight up picture, you know, of the dick.
Of just nothing but the dick.
Of nothing but the dick. I think it's about far away.
Do you admit the balls? Balls are not attractive. I mean, come on.
The thing is, dude, okay, there's
turkey neck, no.
There's parts of human bodies that are unattractive. But it's just about the whole thing.
Yeah. I think now that you say that, I think the way to do a good nude pic if you're a male.
So that's what you're saying right now. It's not a dick pic, it's a nude pic.
It is a nude pic. A full dick pic, there's no... Yeah. It's like taking a picture of your vagina, I guess. Like if you got a picture of someone's just straight up vagina, I guess you'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
That's weird.
There's a difference between a dick pic and a nude pic.
Nude pic. I guess for a man, if you want to do a nude pic, imagine yourself a Greek marble sculpture.
Honestly,
get that?
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Just like a natural.
Yeah. I'd want to do
stance.
I don't want to do the thinking.
You just happen to be nude. You just happen to be hanging brain, and you're like, I don't care, man. I'm philosophizing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. That's a tip I would give. Imagine yourself a Greek marble statue.
I mean, I have no problem being naked in my own home. Like, if I didn't have kids, I might be naked more. I don't know.
Might be naked right now.
Sometimes I prefer to sleep in the nude too, as well. I like it.
I sleep in the nude every now and again. Yeah. I mean, it's just Mary and I, but you know, we don't do a lot of naked shenanigans.
No. What I did have an interesting conversation. I won't name drop, but I do have some friends that are gay, and we were all I was hanging out with some gay folks and some women, gay men, and straight women. So I was like in the right group, and I'm just like, hey, like I've always been curious about this, like, and I brought up like dick pics and stuff like that, and I'm like, is that like attractive to receive a picture like a dick pic? Like, is it possible to like fall in love with a picture of a penis? Like, to be like, oh, it's good, and they were like for it, and they were like, oh yeah, you can.
You can have a.
You know what I think it is? I think it's just more of like what you got to work with.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, all right.
You imagine the possibilities.
Because I feel like I'm straight, and I love vagina.
Yeah.
I love breasts.
Oh, really?
I do. I like all that stuff.
Oh,
wow. I just feel like if I got I feel like I got a vagina picture, I wouldn't be like, yeah.
Yeah.
I would be like, yeah, it's a vagina. Yeah.
Well,
I don't think I would have that reaction. Yeah. Just be like, yes.
Well, you know what's weird is like getting a little bit older. Like maybe I'm becoming a little bit more of a prude, I guess you could say.
I feel that too.
You know, because like one of my friends that was here and we were talking about like if I bought another house or, you know, if like we expanded this house and like, oh, and we can have this awesome man cave and we can have naked pictures all over, you know, like half naked girls all over in the tool shop. It's like, why would you put half naked pictures of girls everywhere? That's a little tacky, don't you think?
Just tell your wife to fuck off. Why don't you?
You know, it's like, that's tacky.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that? Like, but so maybe a little bit in my older age, I'm just a little bit more of a prude, you know?
I think I've always just like appreciated more.
I think that's like, just general respect. I think
clothing wise, like I prefer lingerie, maybe.
Yeah, things that keep the imagination going. Like stuff that I see where you're going.
Yeah.
I find it more hot when there's things that like you don't see.
Yeah.
You know, like almost nude or nude but not like fully nude. Is much more intriguing and eye-catching. You're like, okay, there's more to be captured here.
Yes. But would you do that with other women in like pictures of other women?
Yeah.
There are no other women.
think so.
There's only my girlfriend.
So that's what I was saying.
That's what we're talking about.
Pictures of half naked women in my man shop or my man cave. I just think that's tacky. Yeah. I don't really need that.
Oh yeah, pictures, yes.
Yes.
I was talking about getting sent like via text or something like that. Like a
I'm talking about like me personally, because I'm not gonna get pictures of just random like fucking ladies like on my
that does seem tacky. I agree with you there.
Like if my girlfriend were to send me like a picture of herself, I'd probably prefer like a bra picture. Maybe,
yes. If my wife or
saying,
if that's what you guys are saying, it's like, well, I don't want half naked women on my wall and stuff or whatever. Like if it's my wife, like send me a half nude picture of course, or a bra pic or something like that.
I have daughters. I can't have half naked pictures in my man cave or anything. Someone come in,
or whatever. But
just wait till they're out of the house and it's only Trent. We're like, we're getting nudes up in this bitch.
I don't know, man. I think I don't want to seem like a prude, but like I kind of am.
No, that's respectable. That's not prudish. That's like respect for like your wife and your like whoever your family is. Like you don't want them to be like, okay, kids, I love your wife, but these people up here, these are hot.
Yeah.
That's what it's kind of telling you, in my opinion. So like, if you have naked pictures, you can like fuck off.
I'm definitely kind.
Don't do that.
I think just because I have daughters and stuff, and
put cars up.
I can't just like watch porn anymore because I'm just like, that's somebody's daughter, man.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could be like that. I don't know. It's just like I appreciate.
What does this woman's father think?
Like I definitely appreciate like a woman's body, and like if I see one walking down the streets, like, well, okay, yeah, that's a fine looking body. I'm not gonna gawk and be like, oh my god. But like some people just have like really great. I mean, but there's a lot of men that have really great looking bodies that are better than mine too. Sometimes you can just appreciate the human body,
I got gross recently. Can I tell you guys this story?
You got gross?
Yeah, I got gross. Kind of, a little bit. Not really gross. Just like I oogled recently.
Did you get in trouble?
No, but I was right next to Emily too, and I oogled. But it's
did she give you a face?
No, she did. It was a movie. I don't even know if she noticed.
Okay.
But I don't usually oogle, but there's this. We saw that movie, The Long Shot, and it's like with Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and like they're like Seth Rogen's like a speechwriter and Charlize Theron's like running for office. I don't think I told you guys about it. I think it was an Instagram chat thing. I think I told the other guys about it.
Oh.
But there was a point where they sleep together, and she's like okay, she's like kind of like naked and stuff, and like she bends over and she's like, okay, and then I want you to fucking do this and slap my ass, and like she like sticks her ass in the air, and like I'm not like a guy that like gravitates towards that kind of thing, or at least let people know that I am. But like I was watching the movie with Emily, and I'm like, damn, Charlize Theron looks good. Yeah.
You had let out an audible like sound, and like, Emily just stares at you like, what the fuck was that?
Where I was like visibly like, oh. I was like, oh my god.
In the theater, you're going like, ooh.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
You were turning into the wolf and like howling and stuff, like Looney Tunes style.
It gave me a male response, that scene, for sure. Yeah. I was like,
if you're a doctor, that means giving you a chub.
Yes. I was like, damn.
Hopefully Emily doesn't,
sir.
No, that's a movie.
I think it's like the excitement though of like maybe like the just the.
I need to get just what it is. I'm sorry.
The excitement of like maybe something different.
Every time you come over, I'm like,
oh no, I got
mine.
I got a full one. Oh, let's actually make this. Let's make vaping the next topic. Let's get
let's do this.
So the new news.
Yeah. So like I think that's kind of like one of those.
I got a new one in the car, brand new one.
Cool.
I think it's one of those, like, it's not really necessarily fantasy, but it's like, what if, like, my wife or your girlfriend was like, all right, I want you to smack me in the ass as hard as you can. Like, just like those weird,
in the moment,
like, kinky thing. It's just like, well, that's never happened before. And I like, if that happened right now, oh my God, I'd probably just like jizz all over the place. Right. So it's just like one of those, I guess it's a fantasy moment, right?
I'd be like, are you sure? Like, should we talk about how this makes us both feel first?
Should we set safety word first, Philadelphia?
But it's like one of those moments of like, if your girlfriend or wife was like, oh, I want you to smack me in the ass as hard as you can, do me this way. And you're like, oh my God, this has never happened to me before. And oh my God, this is not going to last very long.
Yeah.
That's what would happen.
Yeah. I'd probably feel fear and then I would come right away. And
yeah. Yeah.
Do you ever tell your girlfriend or wife to shut the hell up?
No.
Just because it's like, stop being so hot.
All right,
because you'll come all over the place.
Shut up. I get that. Yeah. Stop
right.
talking like that. Jesus Christ.
Stop being so hot. Shut up.
Want this lasting more than a minute? Jesus.
This is where you need like that spray that numbs your dick so you can last longer.
Yeah.
I tried that. Doesn't work. At least not for me.
Like, doesn't work because you're like a Superman, or doesn't?
Yeah, because like my dick just explodes.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Beyond it. No, I don't know. I was trying to make a joke and it just made it grosser.
Oh, that's cool.
No, I had.
No,
tried
it just
that.
didn't work. It did not scientifically. It did not do anything for me.
All right, so I have tried those condoms.
What are the condoms?
Like the numbing condoms.
Okay. Do they work?
So I bought them accidentally.
This podcast is rated M for mature.
Yes.
Well, it
Just so
definitely
you know.
yes.
This is an 18 and over podcast.
It is already known that there's explicit lyrics in this. Yes. We don't need to. I have my bases covered. Yes, so I have tried those condoms. I bought them accidentally because I am not one that buys condoms frequently, but I do buy them. But I bought the numbing ones, and I ended up like never being able to come with them.
Oh, so it worked too well.
Too
well. To where it's like, okay, now I can't. Like to the point where like you're halfway through.
Everyone's tired and
exactly halfway through, and then you're limp, and it's just
it's limp and dry and
yeah. Okay, let's go to bed. Let's go to bed. We're done with this.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah,
I worked all day.
I've had enough of doing this.
I've had enough of doing all the work.
Well, it's my work and then her work and then both our works, and then it's all of a sudden it's just like, okay,
it's like, all right, we tried,
and then it's just too much work.
Yeah, it's beyond fun.
Yeah,
now it's just chore.
So they
Imagine
didn't
that was
work.
sex all the time.
What was that?
That would suck. Imagine if that was sex all the time.
Yeah, like
where it was just a chore.
It's just a chore,
and
like you're
an
like
hour
fuck
and a half into.
Yeah, fuck that, man. I like my 10 minutes.
Yeah, like people always say like I last 45 to 2 hours. It's like, I'm sorry for your girlfriend.
Yeah,
like she must be totally like, fuck, this is taking forever. It's a marathon, man.
Yeah,
once you start, it's like my afternoon is shot.
45 minutes to 2 hours is like, that is exhausting.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad for my 10 to 15 minutes is perfect.
Yeah.
That's how long it lasts. I don't give a shit. And it works. And then
does
we
the
could
job.
Both go to bed satisfied. Sometimes other people not as satisfied as others. But
women.
It happens, right?
Girls talking to you, selfish.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Sometimes we go a little too early. That is fine.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like 2 hours, no girl is gonna like doing it for 2 hours.
That's gonna create burns and shit. Like,
yeah,
I can't do that.
Pornhub, not real, children.
Well, the thing is,
Pornhub is not real.
Women just want to go just as fast as men can. They're just like, all right, let's. We're in the heat of the moment. Let's fuck. Let's have a great time. Let's come and then let's just go to bed.
Let me also say too that like fucking we lived like such busy lives like throughout the. Sometimes
it's like
it is.
Yeah. That was amazing.
Yes. And Emily is like sometimes my girlfriend. I mean not Emily. My girlfriend. She's just like she was like, oh man, like sometimes I feel like we don't. Like I'm not like we're not doing it enough, and it's like sometimes it is like just nice to come home and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just hang out as friends.
Hang out as friends, and then
like,
just go to
just
sleep.
enjoy each other's company.
I like that too. Like, it's great.
One of these times I want to
That's
do.
not talked about enough.
Life is exhausting.
One of these times I do want to try like the month-long challenge where you do it every single night.
Yeah.
Because either people really, really appreciate the doing it that much, or they hate it, and then they figure out their balance of like how much they should actually be doing it.
Yeah. That's a good plan. It's like you find out what the couple is limited to, because like a lot of people say a lot of young people and like porn will make you think that you gotta have sex every day or like every other day, and that's the only way you're gonna be happy, but that's really not true whatsoever.
Honestly, like fucking I mean I have sex, but I don't have sex like fucking crazy amount of times. You know, it's not like
especially when you've been in a relationship for a long time, you can just hang out with someone
it's like the
and
company.
enjoy the company.
Yeah, enjoyment of the company.
Yeah, like that's not just some sex doll that you've promised half your money to.
Yeah,
that's not what a wife is, you know.
Yep.
Like someone you can hang out with and be with.
That's what it's all about.
Super true PSA for all you people out there. Sex isn't everything.
Yeah. No, you know, it really isn't.
Just the relationship in general.
I did have something to say, but I kind of fucking forgot what it was.
Oh, I'm just saying, nobody's got time for like 2-hour sex. It's crazy.
Yeah, they really don't, man.
Nuts.
That's too much.
Nuts.
That is too much. At least it is for me.
Let me just get my rocks off and go to sleep.
You have a medical issue if it takes you that long. Because imagine your ancestor like, I need to have a kid. I'm a caveman, and he takes 2 hours to have sex.
Yeah, that man is
holy shit.
That man is not having kids.
Obviously, you're not into it. Enjoy yourself. Fucking do your shit, man.
Kaboom.
Kaboom.
Kaboom. So what's next after men coming? What's on the schedule?
I had one thing to say, but I kind of forgot what it was, man. Like I'm trying to remember what it was before we change the subject, because I know the subject's gonna be changed.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't remember. It was like we just went off on a tangent, and it was really good too.
It was sex.
Was it about dick pics? We were talking about dick pics.
No,
we're talking about.
Anyway, send us your dick pics, and we'll review them, and we'll see if you can change our mind and stuff, and see about
what is the proper.
I want to see the greatest dick pic of all time. Like I'm not into looking at dick pics. But if you can send me the greatest one of all time that'll change my mind on them, I would look at it.
What if you went to the Grand Canyon?
I'm just like,
there.
So PM us.
That is a good looking dick. Like I wouldn't, as a straight man, I would totally say, I would admit that is a good looking.
You know, but sometimes it's not about the dick; it's about the scenery, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So send us your greatest dick pic at the John Sandwich table.
Yes. Obviously, like if you have
in front of Natural Wonder, maybe
storylines would help too, and stuff like that. Just make me understand.
In front of Mount Rushmore, that would be beautiful.
That would be beautiful. And like maybe a dick holding up my beer.
Yeah. A dick dipped in my beer. While I was in the
just
bathroom.
A foamy dick.
You assholes.
That was the prank of the week. Dick in his cup.
This beer tastes a little dicky to me.
Yeah.
It's a little salty.
Oh boy.
Oh Lord.
Boy.
Can you not remember your point?
Mm-mm. Move on.
So apparently vapes are killing people.
Apparently
bootleg
there's like
Chinese THC
3 of them.
Vapes.
Yes.
Yep.
To be clear.
3 people.
If you are buying reputable vapes, chances are
you're good.
You are good. Yeah. You're not going to be inhaling. I heard it was a form of vitamin E that when heated up would become toxic.
It's like vitamin E acetote or acetate or something like that. It's like a weird
something that the FDA has outlawed for quite a while now.
Yep.
It's crazy though that it seems like the way they talk about it and stuff, like you have like these healthy dudes that have taken it and like
healthy girls too.
Yeah, healthy girls too. In days just getting sick and dying. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Obviously that is like a big scare. It stopped me from smoking for about a day, and then I went back on it.
A whole day
where I was like afraid. I hear that it's more like backdoor THC.
Well,
marijuana.
Well, it's kind of like any form of the drug industry, when you're buying bootleg stuff, they're gonna cut it with something.
Yeah.
You know,
it's gonna be some bootleg crap.
So right now, like the biggest thing I gather from it, there's been 3, maybe 4 recorded deaths in the last how many years since vaping? I would say
like maybe 4 years, 6 years.
6 years. Let's just say 6 years. There's been 4 recorded deaths in the last 6 years of vaping. Yeah. Right. There's 480,000 recorded deaths from smoking analog cigarettes a year.
A year, yeah.
I will say
every single year.
To your point earlier, when I was reading about the symptoms, I started feeling that while I was reading. I was like, oh my God, I think I have shortness of breath right now. Oh, am I breathing right? Oh my God.
The placebo is strong.
So there was a second effect. There was a second to where I was like, I felt like that type of stuff because I am also kind of a little bit of hypochondriac, but I also realized that I got a new vape top, and the vape top that I have is a lot more powerful and gives me a lot more smoke or a lot more vape than my old one. So I was just vaping way too much and like getting way too much nicotine. So I cut down my nicotine, and now I feel a lot better.
No, it's good.
Yeah. More room. So now I go like half. Yeah. So I'm pretty much going half of what my
How were the first few days of the half thing? Was it kind of annoying?
Nah. No, it was because like I was getting too much. So I was like, I felt something wrong with my body. So I was, and which of course was when like the whole vape thing was like coming around. So I felt something wrong with my body, and I was like, okay, something's going on. So I must be getting like too much of something, because I try to be very in tune with my body, and it was just too much nicotine.
Yeah.
Especially since I got this new top, and like fucking this thing, like I could.
It's heavy duty, man.
It's like so I got a new one since I went to Hoya in like mid-August, and like this thing fucking gets like the vapor production on this thing is crazy. Like check this out.
Yeah, if you're watching, I will describe it if.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If you're like, an audio like listener, that's like a huge cloud. You just made from like 1 second.
That's like half mass, and then I'll open it up all the way, and this is why I had to like go down on nicotine, because I was just getting way too much.
That's a lot.
Ooh.
That's like what you see on the internet right there.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's like when a Saudi Arabian guy smokes hookah.
So like, I am really not about like the vape cloud. I just want nicotine.
Yeah. It was hazy in here.
So when I was vaping, I was just like, man, there's too much vape, like too much nicotine going on. Yeah. So I changed it up, and I feel fine now.
Well, I'm not about the big hits myself. Like,
no, neither am I. Dude, honestly, I don't want the big hits. What I care about is the throat hit and just the nicotine fill. You know.
I just want that nicotine, baby.
Actually, since I went down in nicotine, you might like that a little bit more.
So much. It's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, my hat goes off to you. It's crazy.
I mean, it's not bad though.
No, it's good.
I mean, you just gotta get used to it. But it's a lot better than what it used to be.
Oh, for sure. I almost forgot about it. To celebrate getting this whole iPhone thing done, my boss gave me a Cuban cigarillo. Not a cigar, but it's like a cigarillo. I just have it like chilling at the house. So I'm gonna.
Oh damn! You should have brought that over, man.
I'll bring it over next time.
I would love to smoke a Cuban cigarillo over with you.
I'll bring it over next time. We'll do that. We'll have a Cuban cigar John sandwich review.
Yeah. We'll have to do it outside, but it's fine.
I got one more here.
Yeah. I mean, I filled up this whole thing. Might as well, right? I love beer, man.
Yeah. Good podcast.
It is, man. Honestly, like this podcast is. So I don't know if you guys are watching or listening, but we definitely changed up the podcast viewing a little bit, and like
a little bit of table here.
What do you think of the table now that you've got a full podcast on it?
I like it a lot. Sturdy. Everything you need in a table, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than those like the weird fucking card tables you buy from Walmart.
For sure. Obviously, we're stepping up our game.
Does it feel more comfortable?
It does to me.
Yeah.
Feels like there's more room in here too.
I honestly think there is more room.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to be quite honest, like there is definitely a lot more room.
The room actually feels bigger. Yeah.
Smaller. Or
Even though you got
more
the-
efficient.
You got the desk there and everything too. It just feels like there's like a lot of room in this room right now.
So, John, I brought this up with Eric also. How do you feel about the new room?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love the soundproof thingies. I see you put another one up here. Looks good. I like it.
I think I'm going to put like multiple ones down there. So I was talking about Eric. I was talking to Eric a little bit earlier ago. What do you think can make this podcast a little bit better? Room-wise or like sound-wise or video-wise?
I think maybe we could get like some shelves, put like some knickknacks in the background.
All right.
Some like main things and
I got a lot of pop figures and stuff like that. I can stick behind there.
Yeah.
All right.
pop figs, just beer related stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So just more decoration.
Yeah, more decoration for the background, I think.
All right.
I just got
Pretty
today.
soon our
I just
viewers
got a
should probably
drill.
start sending us free shit, so you have to have room to like stack that all around there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of our plugs.
Yep. All of our underwear plugs.
Once our spandex starts showing up.
Yep. I'm wearing another brand of spandex underwear.
Are you?
They're supposed to be more breathable.
So here's my thing too, is that I bought 3 pair of spandexes, try them out, and they worked out great. And then I bought a more expensive pair of spandex that were more breathable.
Uh-huh.
All the difference. They put the other ones to shame.
Actually, honestly, this is where I was. Thank you for reminding me
You're welcome.
about where we're like what I thought, like the topic I wanted to bring up.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. It's about underwear. It was about underwear.
Good.
Wow.
It really was.
Perfect.
What a coincidence.
Perfect.
So I bought a brand of spandex underwear, right? And I've been using them for a couple months now, and like the chafing and everything, they're comfortable as fuck.
Okay.
Love them.
We're not going to name drop them too.
No,
but
no,
you
no.
can afterwards.
Yeah, love them, but they weren't very breathable. Now I was starting to get a little bit of that swamp dick.
Yeah, because you can get swamp dick with those things for sure.
Yeah.
The
I call it swamp ass.
The first pair I bought was very swamp dick, and then the second pair I bought was like a whole nother world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am on my second pair right now. Today is my first time trying them.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that these kind of cure my swamp dick, swamp butt
Perfect. Yeah.
problems.
Yeah.
Because with the spandex, they're very comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
They do not breathe
No. They do
at
not.
all, and you get a little bit of stench down there.
Yeah, you do.
Like some stuff happens.
Yeah,
Especially
it's
after,
like
because I use them to
you
exercise.
unseal that seal and then all that smell just
Yeah,
is
especially when you
released.
work like a very active job like I do.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh
Right.
yeah.
So
course.
I'm trying a new avenue. So hopefully this next brand,
We'll hope you have a review for us when we come back.
hopefully this next brand could fulfill that.
That'd be a good topic,
That'd be-
review underwear.
Yes.
That is a very manly, or not manly, but like very, something people don't talk about that much.
Underwear?
Is like, what's a good underwear? People always talk about like, what's a good shirt, what's good clothing.
Yeah.
But none of those clothing places ever sell underwear.
That's true.
What's a good underwear?
Well, that's probably going to be
Because
the
that's-
basis of our next show.
It
It's
could
gonna
be,
about
yeah.
Underwear.
It could be.
And I would like to hear a review on these new breathable underwear. See if they
Yeah.
I
work
will.
out for you.
I will. I bought a 3-pack, so I have 3 days with them before I have to wash them. So
I did notice a difference between the two as far as because like I wasn't really that active because I've been in the office all week, but there's definitely more of a sweaty factor with the first ones I bought.
yeah.
So I'm hoping that these new ones are just like God's gift to the world.
Yeah, because I noticed when I was wearing my first pair, it was just like, even if I wasn't being active, like let's say I was active earlier in the day and I haven't like showered or anything yet, and I was like hanging out doing whatever, it was just still swampy.
Yeah.
And I don't want that.
I'm wearing some right now. Can you tell? No, you can't.
No.
No.
Not yet.
I'm looking right at your dick and I don't see anything.
In a little bit. It starts wafting.
I've been smelling your dick all day and I haven't been
So the thing is,
Grossed out once.
like once you could kind of start smelling yourself, it's kind of a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
That's my rule of thumb. If I can
Yeah.
smell myself, that means other people can smell the fuck out of me.
So, and well,
'Cause that's a smell you're used to.
well, that, and it's like, it kind of, it lends to some, some problems. Like you have bacterial infections and like you get some stuff going down. And you really don't want that. You really don't.
Mm-mm.
So I'm excited to try out this new breathable spandex underwear.
Mm-hmm. That's good. I'm proud of you, man. It's good.
Yeah. I mean, because
that kind is really hitting its stride. Not underwear, but like what are they called? Spanx type things that aren't considered underwear, but like very secure, breathable, like athletic wear. Yeah. Even for people who aren't athletic, that kind of underwear is really exploding.
Yeah. I've been trying this new body wash.
People want function.
I've been trying this new body wash lately. It's like lava and stuff. It's supposed to be like, it has like these it's like very grainy, almost like scratchy a little bit, but it works out
like kind of cozy, scratchy, like kind of like you're wearing a flannel on your dick.
Yeah, it's nice.
Like a cock flannel.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, so we are getting a little bit on the time frame of where we need to go, so maybe we should
John's
just
pick up his cat.
Maybe we should do one random question.
Random question.
One
I
random
still
question.
have some time before
right.
Watson gets picked up from the doctor.
You guys talk while I found a random question.
Anyway, underwear.
Yo, can I tell you, when I was leaving,
I don't even know what.
When I was leaving to come over here, I was held hostage by a stray cat.
Really?
Because I was cleaning out all my cat stuff. Litter box, I did the litter box, I vacuumed up, and then I spotted my cat's toys and how they were kind of like covered in old catnip. Because like I would throw some on there and then the cats play on it, naturally, how you use catnip. I went out to my front door and like on the stairs, I was like, oh, the wind will just take this, right? And I knocked all the catnip down, like just on the stairs, and I just boop, 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 a little bit there, and
later
I was like,
on the day, did you hear
fine. The next day, actually, I like came out to come over here, and there was just a cat like, oh, hey, just like right at the top of my stairs, and I was so fucking scared because like its tail was
happening. It's like what?
It was just one, but its tail was like really poofy and like upright and stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna get mauled by this fucking cat if I try and cross it.
Dusted up to his eyeballs and fucking catnip.
Yeah, this dude's high. He's tweaked out, man. He's a danger. He's throwing garbage cans and stuff. But Vanessa comes home because that's who I was waiting for to get the car and come back over here. But like once Vanessa got there, she like asked the cat to come here, like, hey, come here. And the cat immediately goes over, and I'm like, okay, I'm free. That's why it kind of took me a little while, because I was held hostage by a cat.
Damn it. You're not going to come home and have a new cat.
I might. It might be at my front door at least, but I told Vanessa specifically, you're not allowed to take this cat in. No, we already have two. And I want like a kitten that's going to keep my cats young, not some old crotchety street cat that'll teach him bad lessons.
All right, guys.
Telling them to, oh, you can go outside, that's fine.
A number between 1 and 200. What is your number?
My number is 86.
86.
64.
Eric? 86 and 64. Add those two together. 86 and 64.
170? 86 and 64? No, not even close. I can't do math. I've been out of school for a while. Use the calculator.
150.
150.
150. That is our question.
150.
All right.
I thought it was about numbers. Your random question. I was like, I really like 86. I'll tell you why.
I thought you were going to tell me something about myself.
Right.
You are a very calm individual.
150.
For picking.
Question.
Yes.
In what way do you differ most from your parents?
I got mine.
All right.
I will be very quick to go somewhere else or try something new. Maybe that's just because I'm young and I knew my parents at like a later age. But like they grew up in like Deming area, moved to El Paso, which is like 2 hours away from Deming, and I'm like, fuck all that, I'm moving to Washington or wherever. And yeah, I feel like they're very, with their generation and stuff and the lessons they learned throughout their lives, it's better to like stick where you are and build with what you have, while my generation is very like, go out there, go experience that shit, you know? And that's the thing I feel the difference in most, because neither of my parents really moved that far away. My dad technically didn't, like, his family moved with the army and stuff, with his like dad and stepdad, but he never moved very far away from his actual parents, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
With me, I'm like, peace.
Deuces. Yeah. You just moved away.
Which I come back and stuff, but you know, like I feel like I'm more adventurous.
With the age that my kids are at, I'm probably more involved than my parents were at that age. Probably.
Yeah.
So I'm more involved in their what's going on in their lives and stuff than my parents were.
All right.
I hear frequently that parents of millennials, as opposed to millennial parents, because you were born after 1980, maybe. Yeah.
So I was born on
1980. So you're technically like sort of a millennial.
Yeah.
Is that
you're on the cusp.
Yeah, right on the cusp. Is that a lot of,
and that's where
their parents didn't really play with their kids that much, like got on the floor and like, let's play. I hear very frequently from like my older relatives that they love that dads these days do play with, but they were just surprised. They're like, you know, your dad would have never like got on the ground and played with you. You know, very stiff, very like, I'm your father. I am just a figure of authority.
Well, you know what's odd is like
I'm not going to get on the ground and play G.I. Joes
thing.
with
It's
you.
like, when do you separate that? Because like I know, like
it's very general.
It is very general because like technically, I guess if you look at like any other like place, like I am a millennial. 1986, that's when I was born. I'm a millennial. But I don't feel like I am a millennial. Like I have more characteristics of like the Gen X, you know, hardworking, like very, like I grew up with the evolution of technology and cell phones. Like I grew through that, but I didn't grow up with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you weren't. Yeah,
like my idea of a phone was a Nokia brick. Yeah. Or a Motorola Razr. Like that was my cell phone, so I don't know if
Your parents were pretty conserved.
Yeah.
I think the thing that I wrestle with most is that, and I talk about all the time with my girlfriend, because she's very much about being more involved and being there like all the time and stuff like that. But like my kind of thought process on it is that since my parents weren't always there, did it make me more self-efficient? Yeah. And by the fact that I'm here, does it make my kids more apt to being bailed out of things and not so being able to rely on themselves?
I can see where you're.
I think that's like a generational. How do you put the value of your hard work and the value of dollar?
Yeah. So like, I just don't want them.
To you.
I don't want them to be like in a position where they're always expected to get bailed out.
Yeah,
is what my fear is.
Yeah.
Like if I went to jail, like the last time, well, my second last time I went to jail, my parents didn't bail me out.
Yeah.
You were just there to, you have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you did. You know, you have to get through it. I think the one way I differentiate from my parents is, like, honestly, I'm willing to explore more. Like I think kind of like what John was saying is like my parents are more of like a stationary entity. They are going to make their lives at their establishment. You know, I moved to Washington and I also take extravagant vacations. Like I am willing to spend money on experiences.
I love
my
experiences.
My parents were not willing to spend money on experiences. Me on the other hand, I will spend money on experience. Like, if you give me a chance to go to Ireland or anywhere else, I will spend that money. I will spend money to have experiences in my life. Argentina, about, right? You know? Yeah, exactly.
It's all about.
I don't want to be known for the person that just stayed in their house and maybe gained all this wealth and nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you know, my parents are really smart. Like, the money that they do get, they try to invest back so they could take care of themselves and hopefully like pass down to their children. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know.
I think we talked about this before, or I think maybe when I was with Brandon last, we talked about this, just about how do you feel like there's an afterlife, and like how does that? Are you waiting for an eternal reward, or are you trying to make the reward happen here? Like, obviously, this is probably all we have.
Yeah.
So you need to like experience things while you're here.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if we talked about this or.
That's what I'm betting on. I think we have. I
don't think, like, I'm sure we have touched on it, but I don't think we've talked about it. Yeah. But you know, like, that's why I go to Disneyland, the happiest place on earth, right? Exactly. You know, like,
it's all about just having a good time while we're here and stuff, and don't put things off because you can die tomorrow too. You can die from vapes apparently, and just fucking anything.
I mean, you can die from anything, man. Yeah. Like, I went to California, like, as you guys know, and there's this restaurant in Disneyland that served fry food, and they had a warning because the fry food in the state of California is known to cause cancer. So I'm sure the bottled water that they're drinking is known in the state of California to cause cancer.
Yeah.
You know,
that brings me to another rational fear I have, is how you can die from like things from something tomorrow is just driving in traffic and driving on the highway at like 60 miles an hour. Do you ever get that feeling where you're like, man, especially when you have like your family or like something in the car and you're like, one wrong move, my family's just dead. Yeah. They're all gone just from me having a muscle spasm. You're going 60 miles an hour, this 2-ton vehicle just careens into the wall, and you're just like,
what is that, the 9?
That's crazy.
Or the 2, or it's just like a big long 2-way road. Like, anybody just drifts into my lane, I'm fucking dead.
Yep. You're gone. Yep. You won't even notice, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Driving is scary. I can't wait for 100% self-driving cars, but I don't have to worry about some asshole like falling asleep.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, but
two numbers. John?
12.
Let's go something that's easily addable. We'll go 6.
All right, so 18?
Mm-hmm.
No. Yes.
Some historical figures have...
it's 420. Blaze it up.
Everyone get lit.
Some historical figures have epithets attached to their names, like mad or wise. What would be yours?
Sensible Eric Renteria.
Eric, the sensible
Renteria.
The sensible.
I'm like Beatles wise, I'm
go into the WWE
out of the
ring.
Crew, I'm the sensible one.
Yeah.
You go into WWE as like a wrestler, the sensible, and you just like whip out a long distance taser and just tase him and like walk off the stage.
One, the peacekeeper, Eric Renteria.
The announcer's like, well, that was a very sensible way of dispatching your foe there, just tasing him, or just like one spray of mace and like walk off.
Always wants everyone to get along. Yeah, that's me.
I think my
compromise.
The logical one.
Yeah.
The logic.
What would I be? I want to be the Iceman. I know that's been something, but it's like I always saw myself as like a lawful evil in terms of like, you know, the character sheets in like D&D and stuff.
Other podcasts I refer to him as the Great Instigator.
The Great Instigator. That's me. Yes. You guys are my puppets. Yes. I'm just pulling the string. No.
Yeah.
That's me.
Says the guy that won't do a a 2-person podcast because he feels like
because I have laws and rules.
Yeah.
And I live by them.
It's went just as well, I think.
It went just well.
It went as well as it could have.
All right. My number is 4.
Oh yeah, what's yours? Oh,
mine was logical.
I choose 14.
So 18.
As an iPhone, it's broke.
4. What did you choose?
18.
Oh, 18. So 22.
Oh wait, I chose 14 and the number was 18 because you chose 4,
19,
right?
20, 21, 22, and I chose 2. So 24.
Oh, 24. Okay.
Another 24. Shake 'em up, shake 'em up, shake 'em up,
right.
shake 'em.
What is something you've done, felt, seen, etc., that you wish you'd experience again for the first time? Oh wow!
Like every video game that I love, I wouldn't want to play it again. But in anything that's like big, that's not something as frivolous as a video game.
Can you go next? And I'm gonna use the bathroom.
I'm gonna go.
Oh yeah, you go.
My first thing that I wish I experienced again for the first time is Disneyland. Disneyland for the first time, walking through Main Street, especially being a Disney
fanatic.
Disney fanatic, growing up with Disney, watching Disney movies, walking through Main Street for the first time, going through and seeing everything, riding the rides for the first time. That would be amazing.
Yeah. I wouldn't even be able to remember my first time. If I could experience something for the first time. Well, I don't know. Eric, what do you wish you could experience for the very first time once again?
That's easy. Hook it up with my girlfriend, pretty much.
Wow.
We had a great.
Good answer.
That was a great answer, my friend.
We had a long courtship. Not actually very long, but like we met, and then there was like one night where I was like, something really good happened to me, and I worked with my girlfriend, and I was like, hey, do you guys like want to hang out? And we did like a whole double date with people at work, and it was just like a really great evening. And like we went out and had dinner. We went with 2 friends, and nothing romantic had happened up until that night. But like romantic things started happening that night where she was
that's awesome.
Like, yeah, she was like, I was making jokes and she was like bumping me and stuff and laughing, and it was just like looking over at her, and I could tell like she was into it, and she just like wanted to spend more time with me and like invited me back to her house. And
that's what we all want, man.
That's awesome.
It was such a magical evening, and
that sounds magical.
I would love to do that again. It was great.
That's cool.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, that's what I think everyone wants when they talk about a relationship and what they want from someone. Yeah. It's just like
you only have certain moments
having good times
in your life where you're just like perfectly happy. I think it's only like a couple of times where it's just like all the other like fucking I had like other like dark stuff happen in my life that I was like dealing with and stuff, but like there's certain moments in your life where that all goes away and it's just like nothing but good. And that was one of those nights. And
dude, I totally get that, man. Like honestly, I hate to be like I hate to say this, but like that's how Mary and I's relationship's been the last 12 years. It's just been amazing. Like we've had our bumps and we've had our fights and stuff, and like some weird things have happened in between, but like honestly we've come back to where we are right now.
Yeah.
Like 12 years strong, and it's just been amazing. Like I literally married my best friend.
It's amazing. Like
if I didn't hang out with you guys, if I didn't hang out with any of my family, I have married my best friend to hang out with every single night, which is amazing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome.
You know, like I'm sure the same is with Emily for you and Vanessa with you, you know?
I mean, but it's cool though, because like Mary's great. Like I would honestly, if you weren't even involved, I would still hang out with Mary and be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
My friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, like that's how our relationship has always been though, is Mary, like when me and Mary first got together, she was one of the guys. Yeah. She was just one of the guys. She was with whatever the guys did. Mary was there with us.
Yeah.
She was one of the guys, you know, and it was weird. It's like if I go to like a friend's house without Mary, it's kind of weird. But if Mary goes to a friend's house without me, it's weird.
It's more acceptable.
Yeah, but it's like we're just
like thank you.
We're just attached to the hip, you know, like
for sure.
Definitely attached to the hip, and like you usually don't see John without Mary or Mary without John.
Yeah.
You know, and that's very.
Like, it's unquestionable that like that's the way it is, and it's almost preferred you guys together. Like a lot of people would give shit and stuff like, why don't you ever hang out with your girlfriend or something?
Yeah.
It's not like that.
Yeah.
I hate that.
It's like if one of us came to your house, you'd be like, "Where's Mary?" Mm-hmm. If I came over to your house without Mary, you'd be like, "Where's Mary at?" Mm-hmm. Or vice versa. Like, where's John? It's just weird.
It's awesome.
It's weird if we don't show up together.
Yeah, exactly. And that's
sure.
perfect. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And that's what I feel like you guys have with your women in store right now.
For sure.
You know, obviously we have this podcast where there's no women, right? I mean, the women are certainly welcome.
Yeah.
You know, but like if we go to each other's house, like podcast aside, and our significant others aren't there, it's like, well, where is?
That's like an extension of that, of your friend, of you guys, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I just feel like
it's not even
with
like,
our girls,
it's unquestionable.
If somebody came in like Murphy Minute, and like, or if anybody else were to come in here, we wouldn't be like, oh my God, here it comes.
The wet blanket. No.
Here comes the Murphy Minute. Oh my God, you guys.
There's no ball and chains here.
No, it's like they like John says, they are an extension of us, and and you know, I think that's what
I guess that's the lesson here. Like, if you have a woman that's like considered a ball and chain that nobody wants to hang around with, or man, maybe you should think about that a little bit. Like, just like,
are they a ball and chain, or are they your friend?
Are they really a ball and chain? Like,
if they are a ball and chain, then you're not meant to be.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing is, if you could bring that ball and chain with you, and you could carry it in your purse or in your wallet, it's not really that big of a ball and chain. The thing is, if people are not willing to accept you and the other part, then you're not in that great of a relationship. Like Mary and I, it is John and Mary, John and Vanessa, Eric and Emily.
Yeah, Vanessa's work, they're always like, Vanessa talks about me and her, like all the stories that all the things we've done, and like every story, and everyone I ever come up to that Vanessa has talked to is like, oh, the John right here.
Yeah, exactly.
In the flesh that I hear about so
exactly.
much. Aw.
Yeah.
Like I've had that.
Like,
I've
she's
heard
my
that.
best friend, man.
Oh, you're John? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you're
the
John. The guy.
And that is amazing. To have relationships like that, to where they are actually a part of you. They are your actual second half.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful, man.
You gotta look out for that.
And that's why relationships don't last anymore, man. People are just looking for sex.
For sure.
Or it's like there's one bad thing. There's like
or the
a
perfect
week
couple, the perfect photograph couple. No, man. It's like you marry your best friend.
Yeah, and that kind of aggravates me. So many times people come up to me and after they hear that Vanessa and I have been together for like 6 years, and they're like, how do you do it? And just wondering what's the secret? There's a secret in there.
The secret is that there's no effort to be together.
Don't be a dick. And also, you don't have to have like this perfect gel, like be interested in everything together. It's just that you respect them enough to let them pursue things that they want, and then also love them enough to like help them with that thing. Even if that's not like your thing, even if John Man's thing isn't hair, like doing hair and stuff, like he's still gonna be out there supporting and like doing all that shit with her, even though it's not his thing, you know.
That's right.
It still feels good to help your significant other to complete those goals, even if it's not your goals.
I love my significant other. That's all I'm gonna say.
I've had that same question. How do you guys make it happen? How do you do it? I'll tell you how I did it. You just fucking marry your best friend and be with your best friend.
Yep.
And you make it work.
Until next time, guys.
You get good.
Show.
Follow us at the John Sandwich 2.
We'll see you guys actually next week. Not so long of a break this time.
Peace.
We'll be right back.
We love you guys.
We should have many episodes coming out.
Woo!
Ow! Smoke weed every day.